Good morning, friends. May I have your attention, please? We shall start our session today, and we welcome our Honorable Dr. Sudeep Marwaji. He is, we can say, the IT man of ICR, and whatever the websites and other features of digital world you can see in our ICR system, it is all his creation. And recent advancements are related to education sector. So once you join ICR's team, or particularly IRI Hub, you will have to register as a faculty. Again, there is a management information system for postgraduate school. So those kinds of features and everything have been developed by Dr. Sudhirji. And now as we see, the lot of transformation are happening in education world. And we are progressing more towards virtual system. And post-corona, this became a usual feature for us, how to conduct the classes through digital applications. So that's why we have kept one exclusive session related to application of digital tools and technologies. And what we have, like Agri Diksha portal or another management information system, which Dr. Sudhir will educate with us. And whole day today, we had planned the session for these concepts only, because one aspect is related to the management information system, tools and technologies related to ICT, but other features are also related to that. So his colleagues will be taking the sessions today. So 2 sessions we shall have here in the forum, 2 in his place at ISR. So I welcome you, Dr. Sudhir, for your kind consent and sparing some valuable time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Padaria. We know from like last 20 years, and since I started working with Extension Division in 2001 with Dr. Ram Dahal, and since then
that was one of the first expert system developed in agriculture, and that was because of it. So it's not only education, research, and extension; all 3 components he has transformed into digital.
Thank you. I'll go there and then.
Yes, sure. Please.
Good morning, friends. Ignore the date because were taken from the last session. I didn't copy it again. But you can say that last few days you were going through different concepts, pedagogy and other things. Today we will see that how these will be realized naturally, right? Through IT initiatives. And I will be presenting our work, ISRI work, which we have done under mainly NAHEP, but we were into IT initiatives in agriculture and education since 1995 or so, right? So we started with a system which we called as so we started with a system which we call as MISAG. And then it was converted to MISAG Net and now education portal. So MISAG was National Information System on Agriculture Education. started with DBase, copies, and all sort of things. So we used to collect nationwide data in DBase systems which were installed at different locations. Then we take data in copies, combine it at ISRI, and try to present the national level statistics to agriculture education division for planning purpose and for. Then internet came, internet-based applications started working. And then research becomes research.net. Again, till 2013-14, it was named as research.net. Then in 14-15, it was thought that not only research.net, that information system, but it should be a combined effort of many other things also. So it became education portal. And then in 2017, we formally launched education portal. So that was a brief history from where we started. And there were a lot of things. And based on even research.net, performers and other things, other organizations like Ministry of Education, there was a survey for all the universities. Based on our performance only, they designed the complete survey. And then they conducted a survey across India for all the universities as well. So we were consulting them for quite a long time. As far as you know all that ISRI aims at creating state-of-the-art digital infrastructure and various IT initiatives to digitally transform the knowledge dissemination, management, and governance of the agriculture universities, as well as ICR institutions. Under that, we developed ICR data center. And you are aware that most of the services which you use are run from ICR data center. Whether it is POPs, whether it is ICR ERP, whether it is any other initiatives, which is the HYPM we started in 2011-12. Then right now there are other services also which are clear from this area. And our aim is digital inclusive growth for all universities and ICR institutions. Our generally we don't aim for developing a pilot projects or specific projects for few people. Generally, our aim is to develop such products which are applicable to all. So that's why we say digital inclusive growth for all universities and then empowering them by visiting this building the digital divide. Specifically at computer application division, we are engaged in designing, developing, and implementing various systems under the guidance of agriculture education division, as far as education sector is concerned. But with different assemblies for different areas. Like for extension, we generally work with extension division. For administrative and other things, we generally work with ICR headquarters. So similarly, different main stakeholders, we interact with them and then we work. And over the years, very fast and drastic changes in digital technology have happened. And this division, we have tried to cope with that. I'll start with education portal 2.0, which is very important. So, because you are mainly from ICR institutions, right? And IRI just expanded to that. So, education portal, you might not have actually opened it or viewed it, but if you have not opened it, then go and open the portal. It has information about all agriculture universities. So, there is a page for each university, and their all facilities and everything else is listed there. Someone can go and actually see what's there in which university. And it is a distributed system. All the data entry is done by the ICR nodal officer of that university. So we don't do the data entry. Data entry part is at the university side. You can see that in this portal, now whatever demand, there are development grant, there are niche area projects, there are other things. So whatever is there, all that demand, that means funds demand, fund demand, comes through this portal only. So earlier there was manual mechanisms, but as of now, there are no manual interventions. All the fund which goes to the universities, the demand is raised on this portal. So we open a portal on specific date and say, now the portal is open, next 15 days we fill all the demands. Based on that, university fills the demand, and then internally, the concerned AD will take care of, take decisions actually what is to be given and what is not to be given. Various parameters are there. So based on that, decision is taken, and again, we put the total release through this portal. So the release letter itself is taken out by the university through the portal. So we don't send email or other things with attached sanction letter and all that. वो सब नहीं होता. Simply portal पे ही figure आ जाती है and on a single click button they generate the release letter. After that, they have to submit the utilization certificates, audit utilization certificates, annual reports, based on whatever they have done on that, due to that fund, how they have spent it, what type of facilities they have created, what type of infrastructure, how much is given to the fellowships, all that. So complete system for all the schemes of agriculture education division are through this portal. And you might get chance that sometimes here I will say, okay, at the head level, please raise the demand, right? So वो आपको बोलेंगे, then they take it from there and then IRA compile it at their own end and then again push it to this portal for the. We also have two things here. One we call that USID, unique student ID. So every student who gets into the admission into any university, any college of mark system gets this USID. Leave apart for private colleges, affiliated ones, private universities, we are not doing. But all government universities, all constituent colleges, if a student gets into it, he gets a unique student ID. That too once in a lifetime. So, and this USID remains with him throughout his career. Right, so somebody can get into the system at the undergraduate level, somebody may master, somebody may PhD level. So whenever he gets into it, then only he will get this ID. So if he gets an ID at UG level, he will retain at PG, MSc and doctorate level, wherever he would. So that now we can track the students. So somebody has taken admission at PAU, did masters at IRI, did PhD at CEPAL. So we can track how many students are migrating from one university to the other, to third, and what is this trend, right? So all that we can do. We do also have a concept of unique faculty ID. So that we have related, but maybe in next 1 or 2 years, we'll more popularize it, make it mandatory for all the faculty to get unique faculty ID. All that data which we give from fellowships, etc., is also linked to the DBT DARE program, direct beneficiary transfer, which is in turn linked with the DBT Bharat program. So government wants that whatever fellowship, etc., you give, that should be reported to the direct beneficiary transfer portal of Government of India. So all that data goes from here to DBT program. As well as there are few parameters which government want to put in their own portal, which we call it Darpan. There is a Darpan portal operated by Government of India, applicable to all government departments. And there are KPIs, key performance indicators. And those KPIs data will go from this portal as well as from KVK portal for KVK schemes and other things. All those are collated and submitted to the Darpan portal. So basically, it has already explained that what type of information it has, right? So both unique identification, faculty ID, federated architecture, that means each university can enter their information. Life cycle management of user roles, different type of user base of your student, etc. Now, under this education portal only, we are now coming up with student ready information. So when students will be joining, especially UG students, so they have to go fourth year Ravi, right? So all student ready are different components, right? So those students who are going and those who will be undergoing Ravi, all the reports has to be submitted weekly as well as final report on the portal directly. So under Ravi, there are groups of students, like 4 or 5 students can make a one group, and there will be group leader. And group leader will be assigned a user ID and password, and they have to upload their weekly report, whatever activities they will do. And out of that, the government of India now has taken it very seriously, and they have devised a scheme wherein the students they are going to field. We know that. But government of India wants that now this manpower should be utilized for more specific purposes like getting information from the farmer, feedback, surveys, etc. So that this can be used for planning purpose also, and getting exact feedback from the farmers about different schemes, right? So there is a 24 weeks program under RA. So 19th week we have chosen for this activity, wherein the central schemes, state schemes, university schemes, all combined package performer will be devised, and students will be, they are already going to those allocated villages. They will get the information on those performers and submit it back. So thereby just involving a simple intervention of allocating the work under those 24 weeks and getting 1 week out of it. What we can get, there are 30,000 students who go to Raleigh. 30,000 weeks of information we can get and populate it. Just by having 1 week and getting data entry. Otherwise, right now, what they are doing, they are learning. Of course, the purpose is learning. But we are not using their reports for any practical purpose. So they have learned, they have understood. That's one thing. It's a part of their degree. But there is no side product. That's what we have got. University might have got something, and then teachers will there and there in some projects. Few teachers have. But now, since we are paying them, there is 3,000 rupees per month also paid to all the students. So government want that this money should be used effectively. So getting into the details of such things, wherein that each penny counts. Right? So getting this information and then using it straight away for different purposes. And that will be through mobile app, properly geotagged and everything. It's not that they can fill it from their home. These are some screenshots of the portal. Then these are different systems which we have developed. over the last few years. First is AMS. I believe all of you have now user ID password in AMS as a hub. IRI hub as your faculty member or something. Have you started teaching on this? So as soon as you will be starting teaching, the first activity you will get that registered into the academic management system of IRI. So this is a complete system from admission to pass out. Everything is online. The time students get into the IRI, they need pass. Everything online. PPW, RW, thesis, viva, thesis, report, thesis submission, advisory committee, guide allocation, all things are on. Okay? And has to be done meticulously, time bound activity. Otherwise, there is no flexibility. Student का ना result जाएगा ना कुछ होगा ना आगे बढ़ेगा. Has to be done to this only. Right? So we started this system in 2008-9. Those who were passed out from IRI after 8-9 might have used it as university. Right? So since then it's been 15-16 years. We started only with IRI. Then in around 2013-14, we took it to CPA. Then next year to NDRI, then IVRI. And now out of 76 universities, 60 plus universities are on this system. So across India, there are 76 agriculture universities. Out of those 76 universities, 60 plus universities, admission till pass out, whole process. Because this, of course, there are few universities which are now implementing it, so they are at different levels. But these are the number of universities who have actually adopted the system. So that means a huge pressure on us always whenever the registration comes, because it all updates from the ICR data. We have not given the software. It's installed here. They have user ID and passwords, different roles, different things. And all this is MS portal. Then we have AU PIMS. Like in ICR, we have Project Information Management System earlier. Before ERP, it was very well functioning. Now it's merged with ARM. But AUs didn't have that. So this is AU PIMS, and all universities are again a part of it, and they fill their projects here, basic level information. So that becomes a repository of all projects. So combined with ICR and AUs, now we can have a repository of all research projects, which you can do it for review whenever you submit a new project proposal. You need to do a review of literature. So all that is a part of it. Then we have accreditation portal. Now, anytime after each 5 years, there is to be a renewal of accreditation for each university, for each college, for each course, which ICR does, and it does it to this portal. The university has to submit all reports, all information to ICR under this accreditation portal, and through that only the complete life cycle of accreditation. Then we have agriculture university ranking system. So for last 3 years, all universities are ranked on this system. So around out of 74, generally 65, 66 universities apply. Few universities didn't apply. They don't want to get ranked. It's their choice. But this is a system which is actually used for ranking. And most of the information we have picked it from the source. That means first time when it was manual, it was a hell lot of a job. So many RTI came, so many problems were there. Next time we automated it, and almost there are no RTIs. because we didn't ask the universities to submit their research papers. We straight away picked up from the scopus. So whatever is there in scopus is a research paper. Whatever is not there in a research scopus is not a research paper. Simple. जोन से जंगल में आप छाप रहे हो, अगर वो किसी काबिल नहीं है, स्कोपस में नहीं आ रहा है, तो वो नहीं है हमारे। तो वो बढ़िया है सर। उसके बाद जो नहीं है वो नहीं है। That's simple as that. छापे जाओ, कहीं जाओ, हमें कोई मतलब नहीं है, हम वो नहीं उठाएंगे for any practical purpose.
So, sir, what's the criteria of bad and good journal?
कोई बैड एंड गुड का नहीं है, जो स्कोपस में है वो काउंट होगा, जो नहीं है वो नहीं होगा। स्कोपस में सारे हैं, जब उसकी इंडेक्सिंग देखोगे ना, तो जो भी अच्छे मिलेंगे आपको तो सारे उसमें होंगे। नहीं है तो नहीं है, डिबेट का इशू हो सकता है, ICR की क्या करो ना, हाँ नहीं है क्या करो, या तो जर्नल जो छाप रहे हैं वो अंदर से पैदा करे वो जील कि जाओ स्कोपस में एंट्री कराओ, मेहनत करो, ठीक है, अपने आप को वर्ल्ड क्लास बनाओ, क्यों नहीं हो रहे, ठीक है, और नहीं है तो but that was the criteria decided not by me, by an approximately. हम खाली ऑटोमेट करते हैं।
Lot of ranking agencies, more ranking agencies there, NIRF is there. Both agencies are ranking.
नहीं, now that is stopped, right? So last 3 years we ran. This year decision was from the council that henceforth these rankings will not be there and NIRF ranking will be there only. But this system has, अब वो इनका भी एक तरीका है, ठीक है, उनका भी कोई अलग तरीका नहीं। So, but this system has put pressure on the universities to think on those parameters which matters. उससे पहले तो सोचते ही नहीं थे ना कि कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट करना है, किस साइड पर सोचना है, किसको फोकस लेके काम करना है तो ये इम्प्रूव होगा। इसका इंडेक्स अभी हमारा अगर 2.1 आ रहा है और इसको मुझे 4.7 पे लेके जाना है, तो इस पे क्या करना है, क्या फोकस करना है, तो वो होता ही नहीं था। बट आफ्टर दैट लॉट ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटीज जो हैं उन्होंने ये सोचना शुरू किया, यस नाउ वी हैव टू इंप्रूव ऑन दिस, एंड नेक्स्ट इज कि बहुत यूनिवर्सिटी ने इन सब चीजों के बाद ही सोचना शुरू किया कि यस नाउ वी हैव टू आल्सो अप्लाई फॉर इंटरनेशनल रैंकिंग, यूएस रैंकिंग, डी रैंकिंग, will not be a part of those ranking systems. Then we have Kirtagya portal. Kirtagya portal, the name stands for Krishi Takniki Gyan. And this is a one-stop solution for organizing national level hackathons. 3 hackathons we have organized through this portal. 4th is like this. All 3 were done with NHGP as partner and one SMD as ICR as partner. First we did it with agriculture engineering division for farm tech. Second we did with animal science, and third we did it with crop science or high speed breeding. And 4th is now seeing these hackathons. DSCA FW approached us for conducting hackathon for them, which is now available and on. And the title for that is mainly for crop yield forecasting. So there are 6 statements in the crop yield forecasting. And once DSC sent the circular to all the concerned stakeholders, including government departments, and it actually went to DOT also, Department of Telecommunication. And seeing the letter, they jumped upon it and they said that please include few of our problems also, which relate to the IoT and similar data science, AI, automating farms, all those things. So now there are 9 statements under that hackathon, and teams can apply. team constitution is that one student, one faculty members, and you can include entrepreneurs, other things also in this. So a team of 4 persons is required. They can go and apply, and they can also submit their proposal, and then there will be a zonal level committees, and finally the national level committees. So at zonal level, scrutiny will be there. So zonal level, generally we choose 5 teams. So whatever is the number applied, like there can be 10, 20, 50, 100, but top 5 zone. Then at the national level, 25 teams will compete, and first 3, 4 teams will be given prize. And all that happens through this Italia portal. Education portal I explained. Then we have this agriculture experts information system. This is a system for a repository of all agriculture experts. So generally all NAS fellows are placed here. All professors can also put their CVs. All deans, directors of agriculture universities, ICRs, everyone. So this system was mainly developed on the direction of our former DG, Dr. Mahapatra, that he wants to use this system for generally selecting different experts in different areas for different committees. So ICR creates a lot of committees for different areas. RSC, QRT, IMC, then many national level committees are there for very specific tasks. All those things are there. And if this system is not there, he said that we only get few names which are there in our mind and we try. So to get it done formally, we should have a complete series of all the persons so that we can choose it properly. But it's not only the database of agriculture experts. It also has the now, because the mandate is to develop it for selecting it for committees. So we also made a complete workflow for creating the committees into the system. So all RMP positions of a university or ICR can create committees in that. They can select the person from there, put it in a committee, and put up a TOR, terms of reference of the committee, and then the committee can also submit the proceedings of or recommendations of that committee in the system. So eventually it will become also a repository of complete proceedings of all the committees. And you can also tag it, those proceedings as confidential or non-confidential. Right? So, and we know that in university as well as ICR, 5 years back, some committee has been created. It's hell lot of a job to find out the proceedings of that committee. So it's not happening. But if it is there, and that time many times you might not even create a committee because you find some committees already there, already the work is done, already the proceedings and recommendations are there. Then why you want to create another committee and then another waste of time? But it happens.
Any university can use it.
And
User friendly.
tell us after using it, whether it's user friendly or not. So, every university can create it. Only thing is that we need to authorize people, like VC says, VC or all directors also can do it for all ICR institutions. This is available for all ICR institutions, headquarters, all universities, all colleges. But RMP positions can create those committees. Others can find out the database for suppose you want it to use it for selection of your examiner, thesis examiner, there is no.
One specific person has to register for this.
Yes, individually.
Yes.
Yes. Individually, register and you all can. Title, the URL is ais.icr.gov.
Which of the nav and come up I can do?
Yes. Yes.
The next one.
Then you are being treated as director. Being hard and fast nahi hai, but approvals are there.
Yeah, you can upload, but it won't be uploaded.
You will see that.
That's all, you can upload, but.
Generally, the approval is required or not?
Yes.
Approval is required.
Somebody on there to apply. जो आरंभ पोजीशन
This is the total. Then simply go where. Oh, let me start. So total cost 8 out of 1. Then see different view. Service requirement, you can also see by profession, directions. So then also search for it and generally we want that almost everybody will be there if he's senior scientist and associate professor level at all. To that level, we are open, and if people want it from assistant professor and scientist level, then also can be considered. Because at the end, after a few years of experience, each one of us has developed some experience and information. That's available. Then we have green and clean campus awards. Right? So then we have green and clean campus awards. Now these green and clean campus awards we have hosted for twice. First time Honorable Prime Minister gave up the award. It released the final and it has a lot of parameters which we want to capture and use, and even awareness should be there that whenever we create a new facility, new infrastructure, new things, or in general, in labs we work, how to dispose of the waste, right? So all those things, whether we are doing or we are not doing, all those things are captured properly here. So if campus want to apply for these awards, they have to fill in all those type of data. But for a knowledge purpose, if you go to this portal again, Green and Green Campus Award portals, you will see 6 parameters, 6 major parameters, wherein all these things are available. Whether the use of solar energy and water energy, wind energy, all type of renewable resources, whether you have done that, how you have done that, whether the green cover in the what is the status of green cover in the campus, then how you are handling your waste properly or not. So what is how the water harvesting is being done or not. So all sort of parameters are listed here, and very meticulously the forms are there, which will surely make you think that डर तो रहे लेकिन जब भरने जाते हैं तो चीजें हैं नहीं, दिखाने के लिए है, एक्चुअली नहीं है, ठीक है? बट ये अब भरना शुरू करोगे then you will think कैसे करना कैसे, that will make you think that हम बनाए जब नई facilities तो we should be environment friendly, and what is how we can do that, all those are listed. Then we have e-learning portal. And this e-learning portal and Krishi Shiksha portal. These are two this is the latest version of that with some new advancements. So e-Krishi Shiksha portal is a portal where under NAIP there are 7 universities who created UG level courses. And after NAIP, we pooled all the these e-learning resources and combining it, put it in PPT teacher board. So almost 280 plus courses are there for UG level. And we are experiencing 30,000 to 70,000 kids per month in this. During exam time, it is 70,000 locations for 25,000 kids per month. But that was on post Dean Committee report. Then with the fifth Dean's Committee report, we come up with this e-learning portal. So Dr. Shashi will explain the details of e-learning portal. I will just be focusing on that. Now 226 courses, 153 PG and 70 plus PG courses are on information. Plus this portal is not only a portal for putting e-learning. Last one. So this has evolved as collaborative e-learning development portal. So people from different universities can collaborate together and develop a single e-learning course. So when we should call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, we devise the way that each course is divided into 5 units. And each unit will have one content creator and one unit reviewer. So 2 people for each unit. So that means 5 units, 10 units. And about 10, there will be a one person will be course reviewer. Will review the total course to the team leader, you can say. So now these 11 people, so we issue the 4 people apply for different, we made it all online. ये सारे courses हैं, ये सारे units हैं, ये सब कुछ है, जिसको जहाँ apply करना है करिए. Open call. Content create करो. सब लोगों ने apply किया अपनी अपनी समझ से जैसे जैसे. And then based on certain criteria, we pick for each course one content creator for 1 minute period. And that's how this complete 226 courses have been done. And then they interacted on the portal itself. अपना एक वर्जन डाला, यूनिट रिव्यूअर ने कहा ये बेकार है दोबारा, उस नेक्स्ट वर्जन डाला, ऐसे करके they can collaborate and all those versions are saved on the portal. और ऐसे करके finally we have reached to a level that 226 courses are now available. 50 we are submitting more till March. That will make it available. So with this going further, now we have the ability to collate and crowdsource e-learning material or content so that we can develop it. And for this, somehow normal ICR institution was not part of it. It only deemed university. But now as a hub, you will have access to all those things and also. Then we have like one KVC, we have named it KVC element. Right? Krishi Vishwavidyalaya Chhatra Alumni Network. KVC element. Process. Pehले element था, but now its name is element. So this is again an alumni portal. And all of you, I am sure, are alumni of one or the other agriculture university. So please go and register. And this is 76 university का single alumni portal है, with 76 spaces. हर यूनिवर्सिटी का अपना वेब पेज है इसके अंदर, as a which they can tag it in their website. प्लस इंटरनली एक इकट्ठा है. तो अगर एक एल्यूमनाई बीएससी कहीं से किया, एमएससी कहीं से किया, पीएचडी कहीं से किया, एक बार रजिस्टर करेगा तो तीनों का एल्यूमनाई दिखेगा. तो आपको बार बार नहीं करनी पड़ेगी, ठीक है. And with this is not only a simple listing of alumni, it has a whole lot of social networking features like Facebook, Insta. You have can actually connect back only to your students, and existing students can connect to the alumni. Alumni can actually put up, if there are job openings in the organization, they can put up here so that their students, current students can see it. They can also put up some articles if they are published, something, whatever one. The university can put up some events so that alumni can see what's happening in the university. Right? So all those sort of social networking you want between your alumni, and we know that alumni connect is very important as far as the placements are concerned for the students. Those institutions who have a strong alumni connect, their value is extremely high. And you see these IIT IIMs, they strongly believe on this concept, and that's how their students are getting good jobs. Not that their individual capability of the student only matters, but the connect between the alumni and the existing student matters. वह हम सिखा लेंगे हमारे बच्चे हैं, वो फीलिंग आती है, वो ले जाती है, तो वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अभी अपने करंट स्टूडेंट जानते ही नहीं होते 15 साल पहले कौन निकला ऑल आपको मैंने फीलिंग होगी कि अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन अपने कॉलेज के लिए कुछ करो, बट यू डोंट हैव अ वे टू डू इट, बट हियर यू कैन डू दैट. प्लस इसमें हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं दैट you can also start in your future the micro donation as well to the college or the university. इसको 100 रुपए भी देने महीने के दे सकते, so that यूनिवर्सिटी को अगर 10,000 लोग देंगे 100 या 1000 रुपए भी मैटर्स ऑफ लॉट, चाहे वो किसी स्टूडेंट की फेलोशिप उससे निकाल सके, चाहे वो किसी लैब की मैनेजमेंट उससे शुरू कर सके, तो ऑल दैट विल बी पॉसिबल. तो ये है, आप जाके जरूर रजिस्टर कीजिए. और वी आर ट्राइंग फ्रॉम यूनिवर्सिटी साइड आल्सो कि जब भी एलुमनाई मीट होती है ये मतलब वो तो इस पोर्टल के थ्रू आप कुछ चीजें करो सो दैट बिकम द पार्ट ऑफ इट. और इसमें कुछ और बनाना है, कुछ करना है तो वी आर देयर. ये सारे हमारे इन हाउस प्रोडक्ट्स हैं. मैं अभी तक जो मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया कोई भी आउटसोर्स प्रोडक्ट और इन हाउस. Then we have AI applications. Recently we developed one which we call it AI disk. उन्हें सुना भी तक नाम AI disk. So it is artificial intelligence based disease identification system for crops. इसमें आप फोटो खींचो, disease plants को समझ करो, आ जाएगा क्या है उसको मैनेज करना. Not for all as of now. You could do it for 19 crops, 50 diseases. There are 50 diseases across 19 crops, which we are able to model. And all that becomes possible because of there is another underlying app for the scientific purpose. AI disk is for the farmers. There is an app called NIBPP. All are available on Play Store. National Image Base for Plant Protection. NIBPP. National Image Base for Plant Protection. And another one is NIBLD. National Image Base for Livestock Diseases. So these two apps have a corpus of images. Progressively, symptom-wise and other things. In different land. So we have now 4 lakh plus images under NIBPP, and anyone can be a part of this endeavor. Whenever you go to field, you just give us some mail that you want a user ID password, you can give it. All the credentials are saved and acknowledgements are there. So whoever is contributing, we have clear-cut indication that who is contributing how many days. And recently, on 16 July, This was recognized as one of the Asia technologies on the 16th July, and Honorable Minister gave us this technology certificate on this product. And we have listed all the people. It's not 3, 4, 5 people, at least 30 people. Names are there. Whosoever has contributed, they have put name all those.
Second one is national image for lifestyle.
National NIPLD, National Image Base for Lifestyle. Similarly, there also we are progressing. So there we are now able to. There the farmer facing app will be AI Disa. This is under review. So disease identification system for animals. So we have done just 3 diseases there because more tougher to for this model animal diseases. So
Android,
yeah, Android.
so available.
Android Play Store पे भी.
Android पे हो जाएगी वो.
Play Store पे available.
And for this NIB, जो
सब Play Store पे.
how many diseases you can identify?
NID 3 diseases as of now: clinical mastitis, lung skin disease, LSD, and Botan in bovines. So these we can identify. Right? So yeah, but ये एक ऐसा area है where we are now focusing more and more so that our aim is to cover all diseases all across. We are already number 1 in India in this area. We want to be number 1 in the world. So together we can achieve it.
Imaging based or
Images. Then we have augmented reality and virtual reality. इतना अभी तक हेडसेट पहन के देखा है virtual reality. किसी ने मॉल्स में देखा है खेलकर थोड़ा सा और एडवांस करते हैं क्योंकि वो खाली खेलने के लिए दिखाने के लिए इसको से खेलती है. But this is a education version of that. So we have now established. We are experience center in all universities. In all 74 universities, you have this VR experience center and the 6 kits were given to each university, and we have conducted a lot of sessions. People are finding really amazing. और 14 modules हमने बनाए अभी तक. You can add more modules in the future. But this is one of the promising technology wherein you can even do skill improvement and many other things. Like we have one module for economics facility, which is there in Nigeria. Right? So पहले students अभी भी आते हैं लेकिन पहले more often students come from PNAU उधर उनका एक purpose होता है लेकिन जब actual facility देखना है तो 100-150 students 15 मिनट में 20 मिनट में देखना शुरू करते हैं. But here that module is there. So they can simply sit in their university, see it, and they will feel that they are in economics facility. They will see up there, you will see the greenhouse, plants are moving. Exact feeling almost you will get that you are in a plant today after school experience. Then we have Ishi integrated solution for agri app navigation. Now this is an aggregator mobile app. So ICR institution plus agriculture industry have got so many mobile apps, 300 plus. So all those are registered. You can search these apps. You can then finally you can click and it will be downloaded from the Google Play Store only. But in one go, you are now able to see 300 plus mobile apps in the agriculture sector, followed by the ICR institution and others. We have grievance redressal mechanism system. So at university level, this is a time-bound system. Any faculty and any student can actually raise the grievance, and within 7 to 10 days, the college has to respond. College doesn't respond, then it goes to the university level. Next 10 days, university doesn't respond, goes to the ADG, Agriculture Education Division. Next 10 days, then it can be. टाइम बाउंड ऑटोमेटिकली शिफ्ट हो जाएगा अगर पेरेंट्स सही टाइम से प्रोसेस नहीं. And all those things, these systems are available through a infrastructure facility which we now call it Krishi. So it is ICR data center plus ICR disaster recovery center at Nam Hyderabad, which is a different seismic zone. We have developed under NAHER and complete these two together deliver these all the totals plus many more, the office and all those. So every night incremental data goes from ICR data center at Delhi to Hyderabad. And weekly complete. So complete so that anytime we don't lose any much information. If any disaster happens. Then we have virtual classrooms. Yes, sir. Today afternoon you will be at Arietta, right? You will see ICR data center. You will see virtual classroom. Experience if you want to do yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you can do that. But this complete setup is also done by this one. So this is similar to virtual classroom speaking. And this is integral part of our virtual classroom. This IFP skill. A lot of facilities are there. But with these things, you have another podium plus the software which we call it Pedagogical, which make it possible that to connect each one of us. So these 74 virtual classrooms across one in each university we have established, and on a single button click, the recorded video is uploaded to our data set. Content is there, we call it Agri-Diksha. Dr. Anshu is there, she will explain more on it. So my team, Dr. Anshu with virtual reality, virtual classroom, Dr. Shashi with e-learning part, and Dr. Alka with same and it has great now. All these will be covered today, morning session and afternoon practice. So with this virtual classrooms, now what we are advocating that please record 4 videos in a day. For a university, it's not a tough task. We have 200 faculty members. Just schedule 4 classes a day. It is easy that you can identify 20 courses. One course number will come only once in a week. 4 days into 5, 20 courses. Each day, 1 lecture from one faculty. Just identify 20 courses. And you know that sometimes one course is taught by many faculty. So even if you don't need to continue this for single faculty at continuing for 6 months. So 1 or 2 months you will teach 5, 7, 10 classes and so right? No complete courses captured. This we are advocating, trying our best that it should be implemented. Although virtual classroom is not only used for this purpose, it is used for regular classes also. It is used for PC, virtual class, for video conferencing, for Viva, and so many things. Because many universities have that infrastructure. But with this infrastructure in place, you can visualize that what physical capacity we have created. We can record 70,000 hours of video in a single year. Just multiple. 24 into 20 days, around about 80 hours of lecture in a month by single university. Multiplied by 12, 82 into 12 is like 4 into 4, 48, 480 hours. Multiplied by 74. You reach up to around 70,000 mark per year. And if you will remove bad video, then also you can easily say that 50,000 hours of videos you can get, and that much content for the students ready at last. So joint effort. Don't just learn to operate few things, instruments, come prepared and give your answer. Then we are come up with finally an aggregation system for everything, blended learning platform. Wherein now each teacher, each student in all 350 plus colleges, all 76 nations have access to blended learning platform, and we are now popularizing it, teaching it, holding workshops on day-to-day basis, covered almost 24 workshops. Yesterday I was at SV Beauty Mirror. For this month, our complete team was traveling. And across India, we have already done it for 24 universities, including our. With this, each student will have best of the best learning management system. And we are now saying that change the way we teach. Classroom should be used for more productive purpose rather than passive teaching. Wherein the teacher comes, gives the lecture and goes, should not concern much about who has learned and who has not. Or if 20% of the students have learned, 30% of the students have learned, rest weaker students have not learned. And most of the time, students will go on doing this, and at the end, mug up everything and then. Because that's not the way the best universities in the world teach. There are more interaction, class is used for more productive purpose, class is more engaging with the students, but you didn't have time. Because आपको syllabus भी खत्म नहीं किया। तो तरीका क्या है? Only that use of technology. When you upload all those videos, lectures, everything beforehand for the students, students have to read and come prepared, and classroom is used as more of an interaction, doubt solving, explanation more. You can give more examples. If the concept is not properly understood in the video, then you can again explain, but not 100%. Right? But again, this is easier said than done. एक आपने तो डाल दिया किसने पढ़ा किसने नहीं पढ़ा कितनों ने पढ़ा but this system has all those statistics. तो जैसे स्टूडेंट जाएगा उसको दिखेगा उसको पढ़ना है उसको खोलना है उसकी हर एक्टिविटी रिकॉर्ड होती है 5 मिनट देखा 10 मिनट देखा 15 मिनट देखा स्टूडेंट ने वो रिकॉर्ड होता है और आपको क्लास में जाने से पहले वो रिपोर्ट निकाल के जानी है। सबसे पहले 10 मिनट यही करना है ये लेक्चर डाला था परसों किसने देखा किसने नहीं देखा और क्यों नहीं देखा। Change the way we teach, right? And then this is called as split classroom model. Word everywhere, right? So सारे फीचर्स हम बताएंगे ठीक है आज तो मैं डिटेल में ऐसे ही बता दिया स्लाइड्स आपके लिए हैं बाद में देखते रहना ठीक है इससे all those things are benefits. Just browsing through, go through those slides. Like to speak at shadowing that you can ask.
I have one class. Do we have any kind of portal where we can find that इस डोमेन का या किस इंडस्ट्री का स्पेसिफिक रिसर्चर का कि मतलब उसका कोई एक्सपर्ट है कि नहीं हमारे
वो एआईएस में आप कर सकते हैं वो सब्जेक्ट लिस्टेड है ना
सर वो
सब्जेक्ट से फिल्टर हो जाएगा
नहीं इसके अलावा करना पड़ेगा जैसे मान लीजिए कि मैं पोस्ट तो कैनिंग का हूँ और मुझे कोई डिजीज के लिए वहाँ पे पैथोलॉजिस्ट नहीं है और वेस्ट बंगाल में ऐसे ऐसे मैं खोज देता हूँ तो फिर मुझे मतलब इसी के साइड पे जाना पड़ेगा या कटर के साइड पे जाके देखो।
तो आप एक लेवल और जा रहे हैं कि अभी हमने पैथोलॉजी लिखा है, आप चाह रहे हो कि
राइट पे कौन कौन कर रहे हैं?
राइट्स के अंदर वो, तो दे आर इन दैट वन कैन इम्प्रोवाइज ऑन दैट और वी हैव पुट इट एज कीवर्ड्स इन दैट। तो ठीक है, तो अगर आप और सारे अपने एक्सपर्टीज के अंदर कीवर्ड्स भी डाल देंगे तो उस आदमी को बेसिकली यू आर सेइंग कि आप टैगिंग करना चाहते हो एक एक्सपर्ट को ऑन डिफरेंट एरियाज, ठीक है, एग्जैक्ट इन फील्ड हो गया। सो यस, उसको थोड़ा है भी उसके अंदर टाइप वाला, लेकिन उसको और इम्प्रोवाइज किया जा सकता है कि आप एग्जैक्टली पिन पॉइंट हो गए टैग कर सको कि मैंने आप बोला कि मैं कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन एआई जो आपकी रिसर्चेबल फील्ड्स है वो आपने लिस्ट कर दी, तो अगर किसी ने वो फील्ड्स लिस्ट कर दी हैं तो फिर वो आपको सर्च भी हो जाएगा। हाँ, तो वो
ऐसा हम लोग के पास ऐसा कुछ नहीं
नहीं, मैं अगर एआईएस है उसी को थोड़ा सा और डेटा को इम्प्रूव करके एनहांस करके हम कर सकते हैं। तो कुछ सजेशन एक बार मैं देख लूंगा, मुझे याद नहीं है कि वो टैगिंग वाली चीज हमने डाली है या नहीं डाली है। बहुत सारे फीचर्स हैं, आई एम नॉट फॉर ऑल सिस्टम फॉर ऑल फीचर, जब बनाते हैं वो बना के वो
ऐसे पूरे आईसीआर साइंटिस्ट का ऐसा कोई पोर्टल नहीं है कि कौन से किस पे काम कर रहे हैं ऐसे कुछ करके बिकॉज़ वेबसाइट्स तो लोग डाल देते हैं
नहीं
कि आप इस पे काम कर रहे
मैंने बताया ना एआईएस इज फॉर ऑल साइंटिस्ट, ठीक है ना, जो ये कर रहे हैं उसको एनरिच करना है, उसको और बढ़ाना है।
मेरा एक सजेशन है कि आई एम वर्किंग ऑन वीड मैनेजमेंट,
फीड के लिए भी उस पे काम शुरू है, 3 प्रोजेक्ट चल रहे हैं।
तो उससे भी बड़े काफी सेंटर में ऑलरेडी वो ऐप है कि आप फोटो देख दो तो वो आ जाएगा। तो मेरा ये है आप थोड़ा टाइम बेस्ड, जैसे 1 महीने का पीरियड है वो आइडेंटिफाई हो जाए कि ये 1 मंथ का है, वेदर वी कैन गो फॉर स्प्रेइंग और नॉट। 2 महीने का है तो कोई उसका इलाज नहीं है। वो इनिशियल स्टेज
हमने एक प्रोजेक्ट शुरू किया अभी उसके साथ आपके पीडब्ल्यूआर के साथ प्रोडक्टिव रिसर्च के साथ, तो मोस्ट प्रोबब्ली साइंटिस्ट विल कम अप विद ऑटोमेटिक एआई बेस्ड आइडेंटिफिकेशन प्लस इतनी जो आप सब कह रहे हो, और 2 स्टूडेंट्स ऑलरेडी फील्ड पे काम करके निकल चुके हैं एआई पे, एक एमएससी लेवल पे किया और एक तो काम किया है कि थोड़ा और करने की जरूरत है।
सर CSIR ऑस्ट्रेलिया में काम किया और प्रजाति में यूनिक आईडी मिल जाता है। यूनिक आईडी में किसी भी इंफॉर्मेशन CSIR में चाहे किसी भी कॉर्नर को ऑस्ट्रेलिया उनका केवल नाम डाल देंगे और यूनिक आईडी डाल देंगे तो उसका पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन आ जाए। ऐसा ICR में
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते कि ये ICR,
लेकिन हम लोग क्या
एक तो आपने इवन सर्विस में बनाया था तभी जो हमारे पास 14 पासपोर्ट फील्ड्स थी हर एक साइंटिस्ट और वो इजीली एक्सेसिबल। ERP में भी हमने जब बनाया तो ERP में सब साइंटिस्ट का बेसिक डेटा था, प्लस उस टाइम पे ये भी बोला गया था कि हर साइंटिस्ट की एक एग्जीक्यूटिव शीट निकलेगी, ठीक है, तो उसमें भी था जिसमें उसमें खाली उसको बोला गया था कि हर साइंटिस्ट को अपना टॉप 15 पेपर्स ही डालने, सारा नहीं डालना। आप 15 पेपर डाल दो, उससे आपको समझ में आ जाएगा जब सर्च करोगे कि कौन किसमें काम कर रहा है, तो सबसे पहले तो वो सब चीजें जो आपका पोर्टल है उसमें अवेलेबल थी, और उससे एक पोर्टल आपका था जिसपे हमने ट्रांसफर सिस्टम बनाया था उस टाइम पे PMS, उसके ऊपर वो एक्सेसिबल थी। ये भी कितने लोग उसको देख पाते हैं क्या कर पाते हैं, तो वो एरिया नहीं काम करता,
वो एक ही पोर्टल पे
तो दूसरों को भी करने के लिए
सर एक ही पोर्टल पे है क्या होता है अलग अलग ERP है, HYPM है,
सब एक ही जगह पे ISI की
एक जगह
लिस्टेड होते हैं। ये क्या है बेटर है, लेकिन उसके अपने बहुत सारे इश्यूज हैं, ठीक है, मैनेजमेंट इश्यूज हैं बहुत सारे हैं, कौन ध्यान रखता है कुछ है, तो वो सिस्टम कोशिश करके भी अभी तक 100% सिंगल साइन ऑन जैसे आपको कोई भी सारी सर्विसेज होती है, अंडरस्टैंड कि आपको गूगल में सर्च करा का सब कुछ मिल जाता है, बट वो गूगल है, लेकिन समझो उसका जो बजट आप सोचोगे और देखोगे हजार ICR समाज है. So there are issues with funds, with money and the capability. तो although ऐसा कि अपने बहुत सारे काम हैं, ठीक है, IT is only small part of it, very small part of it. But Google से आपसे कंपेयर करोगे जिनका बिजनेस ही खाली IT है और सब कुछ है, तो सीधा नहीं कर पाएंगे कंपेयर. बट whatever best we can do, we are trying. और अभी भी और चीजें भी आ रही हैं एंड नियर फ्यूचर में वो एक मुद्दा तो है कि सबको एक सिंगल साइन ऑन तरफ लेके जाए. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स हमने करी भी है, क्योंकि आप सब कुछ जो है आपका जो ICR का ईमेल आईडी है उसी से आप एक्सेस कर पाते हैं, उसी ईमेल और उसी पासवर्ड. तो जो ई-लर्निंग पोर्टल लिखोगे वो भी उससे कर पाओगे. तो ऑल दो पोर्टल अलग है, बट वी ट्राइड कि आपका सेम यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड चल जाए और वो सारे पोर्टल जो है एक जगह पे दिख जाए. तो ISRA की वेबसाइट पे सारे दिखते हैं, राइट. तो वो है, बट जो ट्रूली इंटीग्रेशन है आई आल्सो बिलीव कि वो भी हुई नहीं.
एक और प्रॉब्लम है जो हम फेस करते हैं सारे साइंटिस्ट, जब भी कभी बाहर जाते हैं तो TA हमेशा अभी भी फिजिकल मोड में होता है.
वो आप EHRMS 2.0 आ रहा है, ठीक है, उसमें वो सारा है.
तो बस केवल डाल
वो
देना
वाला
है.
वो सारा जो पार्ट है, वो सारा ई-गवर्नेंस वाला जो पार्ट है, नाउ करंट DG ICT इज टोटली ऑन एंड गवर्नमेंट के बहुत सारे डायरेक्टिव है. पहले हम अपने अपनी चीजें बना रहे थे तो कर लेते हैं, बट बीच में डायरेक्टिव्स जो है गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से आ रहे हैं, जिसमें गवर्नमेंट चाह रही है कि ये सारे सिस्टम अलग अलग ना हो, पूरी सरकार के लिए एक ही सिस्टम काम होता है. गुड, ठीक है, बट वही ट्रांजिशन फेज है अभी. तो अभी EHRMS 2.0 आ रहा है जो DOPT ने बनाया है, और DOPT ने सारे गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट के लिए KVC से रेगुलेट.
तो ICR की उसमें
ICR so we have to also do the same thing. तो हमें अब वो मैनेज ही नहीं करना, हमें बनाना नहीं है. सारे जो गवर्नमेंट के रूल्स रेगुलेशन जैसे जम में आ गए, ठीक है, सब कुछ उसी के थ्रू है. तो वैसे ही EHRMS 2.0 आ रहा है जिसके अंदर सब कुछ है, ये सब कुछ है उसमें, सब कुछ आ जाए.
But why it is not updated in ERP?
ERP पे नहीं आएगा वो चीज. There is no linkage between the ERP and EHRMS, right? So ERP हटके ही EHRMS आया है, the next version. So अभी EHRMS 1.0 2.0 आया है. Already orders issued है, ठीक है, जिसके अंदर ये है. So I believe that EHRMS 2.0 should be a stable product where we can stay for 8-10 years, right? So we are in the same position.
Once basically like when yeah, guidance should be there, right? Or level is there.
वो तो नास है, नास की रेटिंग है, नास रेटिंग है. See, इतना हम कुछ नहीं है. We are the persons not to take decisions, we are the persons to implement the decisions.
Yes,
ठीक है, दोनों चीजों में फर्क है. डिसीजंस लेके हमें दिया जाते हैं कि हम इम्प्लीमेंट करें. We are the guys सिस्टम बना के इम्प्लीमेंट कर देंगे. डिसीजंस आर नॉट ऑन आवर क्लास.
Online transfer वाला चलता है.
Good question. Academic management system. That was various research. We have told that every activity is time bound, otherwise the student will suffer. So like to more than
So AMS is actually you need user ID and passwords for that. So as I told that nitty-gritties you can go with because AMS itself will take a half a day or so. Earlier we have done one session full half day on AMS. So probably for you also we can again figure it out. So whenever you enroll it, before that you do complete orientation, right? So how to do different operations in it. But as you are aware that admission will pass out, all activities are there and it's very easy. Just you have to click three button and that's. Everyone, everyone. So what happens? Suppose and I give you an example of an AMS workflow. I think you have gone through.
Actually, in the AMS system, for example, let us suppose now we have the new semester.
मैं बता रहा हूँ इसको क्यों बोला मैंने अभी ये PhD करके IRS से निकला है so he knows he was my advisor I am his advisory committee member तो इसलिए मैंने apply नहीं बताओ
And division level also I am operating it. Actually, in this system, academic management system, if we start now, we have a new semester. So the first thing what we have to do, we have to have the courses available for the students. So there will be already they have uploaded complete list of courses. Just to the professor in his division as per the 15 committee and for this PG it is as per BSMA guidelines. So all courses are there. Just we have to allocate that this course will be now in this semester. We have to just click which courses will be there in this semester. Now those courses will be only visible to students in this semester. So they will register in those courses in their system. Second is as a professor in the division, we have to allocate the faculty for each course. Let's suppose course this in this semester, so this will be the faculty for this course. Now let's suppose you have allocated faculty take around that. So when he will go to his system, he will see that in this course these students have registered. He has to approve those students. Yes.
The faculty, PhD level, PG level, all will be done with process.
Yes.
professor or head whatever is
Means actually professor is the academic in charge. Designated person is actually the academic in charge. In IRI, there is a system that we have principal science system. And among us, we have one professor, designated professor, who is actually the academic in charge.
So maybe in the office, I think that's the nodal officer.
Yeah, we do it.
as a faculty don't need to bother about the major work is with the heads of the hubs. So it's will allocate who is going to teach what and all that. Student will apply, you will just see within your course, these are the students are there, you have to approve them. And then you have to upload the.
Later on, you have to upload the examination result for same course. Same course, you are responsible for uploading the examination result. Yeah.
Who is this course student names of
On the course sheet.
course.
Because you have seen in your course 25 people is registered. Now at the end of semester, you have to give the details of the marks distribution, date of examination and upload the marks. That will go to again to professor. He will approve, then it will go to PG school, graduate school, then automatically it will be reflected in the student's progress. This course he has completed, this is the grade. This is the workflow.
So start at one mark. That's even.
While the professor will assign a course leader, faculty, whether the name of the faculty are included in the system.
Then also
We have to put it.
आपको जब रजिस्टर करोगे तो जाके आपको अपना पहले प्रोफाइल बनाना है सब कुछ है उसमें सारा सब
Everybody has to
सब
be
कुछ
registered.
सबको रजिस्टर करना है सबका यूआई प्रोफाइल भी created and you will be provided with password सब कुछ है उसके अंदर and सारी चीजें तो सब कुछ
University now has started this late course. Like
all universities जनरल यूनिवर्सिटी आप भी कर सकते हो the blended platform is there you can do it with this we are मैं बोलना नहीं चाह रहा जो next faculty है वो क्या पढ़ाएगा all your questions चल रहे हैं so blended learning platform will give you complete panorama of all the things which you can think of as of now right even to an extent that if you are coming with something like great learning or MA learning, अगर आप as a professor आप दम रखते हो कि मैं 20 घंटे का एक कोर्स बनाऊं और आपको ऐसा कंटेंट है कि वो बिके So you can host it and you can put it there and students can also discuss and give fees and have 3-4 contact person. All that empowerment we will do.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Slide, man. मैं तो खाली ओवरव्यू दिया है बाकी अंदर की चीजें Okay. We'll take virtual classroom class reporting and then we'll have a tea break and then we will have beer. Then we have e-learning and then we will have beer. Right? So the खाली तो process
बाकी तो आप लंच के बाद देखेंगे जब आप यहाँ पे किसी के यहाँ पर है पीसी Good morning. I'm Anshu Bharadwaj, a member of this NHEP project. I know it's all these initiatives have been taken care of. So, although the entire landscape of IT initiatives that have been that have been developed and are being developed under NHEP projects is already covered by Dr. Sudhi. So, I'll take you through the journey of the establishment of virtual classrooms across the country in all the agricultural universities, and the other is the Agri Diksha web channel that we have developed to have all the video lectures which are being recorded or which can be recorded and which you already record through Zoom or through other mediums, and which can be uploaded on this web portal. So that we have a centralized repository of video lectures at one place. And at one point of time, as Dr. Sudeep has already talked about blended learning platform and AR/VR modules also. So all these initiatives are going to be converted in one, that is the blended learning platform, which will come out as an exhaustive, comprehensive digital repository of all the digital content in almost all the agricultural disciplines, which we are looking forward to. Although we have started with 60 modules or 60 disciplines. So this is the brief that I want to tell you. Talking about virtual classroom, if we think of it, it is a combination of hardware and software.
the way I'm teaching you is a virtual mode as well as if somebody is accessing it through Zoom, that's a virtual mode that they are having this class. Otherwise, we have this offline mode where we are sitting in a room and having this class. So the basically, as the name is very self-explanatory, it says virtual classroom. That means you have a classroom where you can conduct virtual teaching or learning and give an experience to the students or the participants who want to access and who want to get the benefit of the classes or the lectures or the study material which they cannot access in an offline mode. So that is the beauty of the virtual environment that have been created. We all know that we have been through a very tough time during COVID, and it made us realize that agriculture cannot stop. And similarly, education also cannot stop. We all know that education should be uninterrupted for the students as well as for the faculty also, so that the teaching learning process goes on. It does not stop at some point of time. It was tough for us. We all started learning various digital initiatives, various digital modes. Sabne sikha. When I think most of us had never encountered MS Teams or Zoom or anything. Except for that, yes, there was a virtual mode of talking to each other, like long back Skype was there. And then Yahoo Messenger also came with a video version. But those were for fun or personal usage. We had never thought of bringing them to that scale that where we can have conferences or meetings or something. But COVID made us learn all this. And similarly, as everybody knows that necessity is the mother of invention. So new systems, new initiatives, new tools and technologies, they started coming up, which can make the learning process or meeting process or the communication uninterrupted amongst the professionals, among the student teacher and amongst other people for that matter. So Abhito, I think most of you must be knowing that even the kids, they conduct their Zoom meeting at home. 45 मिनट्स का तो मुफ्त मिलता है ना Zoom पे, तो वो बजाय फोन करने के या वीडियो कॉल करने के घर में आके बच्चे भी अपनी फ्रेंड्स के साथ मिलके Zoom मीटिंग कर रहे होते हैं. So they are so conversant with all these things and it is irrespective of the age. 6-7-8 साल के बच्चा भी वो Zoom में कनेक्ट कर लेता है और शुरू कर देता है. So this is how this necessity made us learn everything. Virtual classroom we established in 74 agricultural university. We started with a pilot for 18 universities. And we started establishing them in 18 universities. We wanted to have an understanding that how much effective it is going to be. So in initial stages, in 2020, we established them in 1920, we established them in 18 agricultural universities. And the response was very good. People were really excited to use this. Actually, it is not only in hardware, because there's a difference between a smart classroom and a virtual classroom. I don't know how many of you know it. So, can anybody tell me what is the difference between a virtual classroom and a smart classroom? I think most of you must be having a smart classroom at some point of time.
It's more interactive.
But you feel like you are really in class and
In virtual, you don't need physical presence.
So virtual classroom and smart classroom technologically they differ with the kind of software that we have in a virtual classroom, right? As Dr. Sudhir just told that we have a software connector installed in the system that we use in the virtual classroom. That is the basic difference between a smart classroom and a virtual classroom. Because what happens in smart classroom, you have this kind of big screen, a projector, and you can have it in this way. Teacher can teach. And you ask the schools may be subject to smart classrooms. But the moment you have that facility or the functionality to record what you are teaching and put it somewhere, upload it or store it somewhere, then that means you are using a software. And when you have that software integrated with all your hardwares of a virtual class or of a smart classroom, it becomes a virtual. So this is what we have done for this all the agriculture universities. So So here you can see what virtual classroom is. It's an online space. Online space means it does not mean that you cannot sit here. You just have to be outside or online. We are sitting here having a class, just like that I'm teaching you or I'm just delivering this lecture. This lecture will get automatically recorded if I'm using a virtual classroom with the software that is there on the dais, on the podium, right? So we have a podium which comes with this. There is a system which is embedded in this, and that system has a software installed. And when I start teaching, there are cameras which will move as I move. They will be focusing on the movement of the person, and one camera will be focusing on the students who are sitting in the virtual classroom, and this lecture will get recorded automatically. There are many functionalities which when you come to ISRI, we'll just give you the entire demo of a virtual classroom. How does it work? It is not that because nobody can talk continuously for 20, 30, 50, 80 minutes. I also need a pause. Or at some time, I may be talking something informal, not related to the subject. Or if I'm talking something, some other thing with somebody in person in the class, which generally happens. So I don't want that to get recorded. So what I can do is the moment I think that I don't want this 1 minute or 30 minutes of conversation in the class, which should not be getting recorded, I just pause my lecture. I'll talk to you for 30 seconds. Again, I'll start my lecture. So it will be seamlessly recorded. Right. So the editing can be done, the basic editing can be done while you are recording the lecture. This is one of the beauties of this software that we use, Pedagogical. And we all know that these lectures which are delivered and recorded in the class, people can get benefited because there's a video capture and there's automatically a repository is getting created. In Penepto, it is getting created. And to take it to a web portal kind of a place where everybody can access it, we have created an Agri Diksha web portal or web channel. Right. So I'll come to that. So, and live interaction and interactive learning is there. You can talk to me. And then there is one thing, if I'm using a virtual classroom, I am teaching you through that. 50 people are sitting in the room, but at the same time, few more people or 50 more candidates want to join this lecture in an online mode, they can do it. Similar, it is very simple. Like for example, I have joined this lecture through Zoom. ये Zoom पे चल रहा है ना? मैंने यहाँ पे directly नहीं दिखा रही हूँ ना, मैं Zoom पे चल रहा है. But आप लोग Zoom से connected नहीं हैं. आप लोग live देख रहे हैं, offline देख रहे हैं. There can be people who can get that Zoom link and get connected to this. Right. So this is how virtual classroom works, and there are many functionalities, endless, limitless functionalities which this software comes with. So, and there is online assessment, personalized inclusive learning experience. People can talk to me, people can interact, and then if you go out after this lecture or somebody has gone out to receive a call and after 5 minutes they come and they don't know what has happened, they can just go back to my recorded lecture and no, they can ask the questions, but there is a functionality. If we want, we can just mute them also. They will not be able to talk to me.
Right now, we have the option to stop me.
Stop me means like they can ask the questions. Yes. So why all these initiatives have started coming so fast? We all know that NEP 2020 has already been implemented. So there's so these are first areas where you have to have digital initiatives, digital interventions in education mainly, and then there are many more things. So virtual classroom has been established across the universities. So, and we are very hopeful, although at this point of time also we have 4,000 plus video lectures which are already there existing in the web Agri Diksha web channel, but still it will definitely improve the quality of education and widen the access to the education by the students. And it is a different experience if we call in terms of learning and teaching and learning. So, but the point is that how efficiently we use it. Because what happens, as Dr. Sudeep was already telling, that we want, we means, I'm talking of us as a team, from National Agriculture Research System, education system. So we need to keep it in mind that we have to record lectures, good quality video lectures, so that they go on the web channel and students have that accessibility to the best of the best lectures. And since it is in all the universities, they follow a similar kind of curriculum. So we also know that on the same topic, maybe there are more than one faculty who is recording the lecture. So we should be aware that if our lecture is better than somebody else, then only students will see that afterwards. Because students are smart. वो तो YouTube पे भी 10 देखते हैं कि एक ही topic पे 10 lectures हैं. So that is that the quality of the lectures have to be very, very good. For that, we all the faculty members have to make efforts. Because this is what we are going to present and present to the students. So these are the key features which I have already just talked about. High quality virtual learning modules. And that is the responsibility of the faculty members to create such kind of modules. Quick access to video repository. Once this video repository is there, the people who are using Panepto, who have Panepto at their own place, in their systems or in their offices or universities, they can access it in the Panepto also. Because Panepto also create a repository of its own when you are recording the lecture. And then from Panepto, we bring it to the Agri-Diksha web channel through a URL, and that URL can be used to access if somebody does not have the Panepto software. So geographical, temporal, and platform independence, we know that anybody from anywhere at any point of time without any hitch, that if you have a window, if you have a mobile phone with iOS or Android, you can access it. So at your own pace, at your own location, at your own convenience, you can have that access to the video lecture. Intelligent search mechanism is there in the Agri-Diksha platform and even in Panepto also, that you can just write some keywords and it will give you the lectures that you are looking for. Easy and seamless integration capabilities. Yes, this is where, as I told you, that you can use Zoom if you have already recorded a lecture in Zoom. For example, we take classes in Zoom and recording are being done. You want that lecture to be uploaded here. If you have not recorded in Panepto, you want that lecture to be here, you can do it. Then secondly, if there is a YouTube video that you have created and you want that video to be here in the Agri-Diksha web portal or in Panepto, you can integrate that also. So these all kind of integration is possible with all kind of mediums if you want to have it in a lecture. Security and data privacy. Your data is secured. It will not go anywhere. That Panepto ensures, because it's a very good software. The US software with high security, and that is why it's very expensive also. Lectures delivered through video capture. We all know that. Anytime access, live interaction, quizzes and polls functionality. This is also there if you want to create quiz and polls during your video lecture and or even after the video lectures, you can do that. Personalized inclusive learning experience. Personalized means when you want, if 4 people make a group and they want to have that access, they can also have that. So these are the key benefits. So what are the benefits for the agriculture university? Why we wanted this? Some universities अपने पेज से पढ़ाई कराती हैं. They want to have the best of the technologies and tools for education. And we have been to all the universities. We have been traveling a lot since this project is there. So at few universities, we were really impressed that how they are taking the education forward with the digital interventions and initiatives. They already had their virtual classrooms, or if they had smart classrooms, they were using them efficiently. So that is not that agriculture universities do not know anything, but yes, to bring them at the same pace, because few are doing very good, few are lagging behind because of funds or some other constraints. We wanted all of them to have a similar kind of infrastructure, at least a basic one. They can increase it for afterwards. So we this was the basic motive. We started with 18, as I said, and then we extended it to all the 74 agricultural universities. So, and as on date, all the universities have operational virtual classrooms which are there, and they keep on demanding for more because there is only one BB gave. So one virtual classroom in a university is not enough. So when we go to a university, तो जिस डिपार्टमेंट में उसको एस्टेब्लिश किया वो दूसरा कहता है मैडम हमें यहाँ पे नहीं पढ़ा सकते, हमारे को स्लॉट्स चाहिए होते हैं, हमें रोस्टर बनाना पड़ता है. So difficulties are there, but yes, since they have that exposure now, they know that how virtual classroom is beneficial. So they think of having provisions in their budgets and get more of them. So this is a repetition that anytime, anywhere, teaching, learning, and a resilient education. G20 event is a very good example, as COVID was a very good example to start with the digital interventions. During G20, Delhi was closed for 3-4 days, at least central Delhi, all the schools, and everything was closed. So closed means they were closed physically, but not academically or not professionally, nothing was closed. So the schools in that area, in the 35 perimeter periphery where Central Delhi was concerned, the schools were closed, but the classes were going on online. Colleges were closed, but classes were online. And then where the classes were not online, students were already accessing their material. So this is how we could notice that this is something that we can think of. Like, for example, if your video lectures are there, you have to take a class, and at that point you are not able to take the class. You can just ask your students to log in and have those lectures. They can go through those lectures. So teaching or the learning will not stop. It will go uninterrupted. It enables continuous teaching learning, minimizing learning losses due to external efforts, the factors that I have just talked of. Drives the environmental sustainability agenda. Right, अब 3-4 दिन दिल्ली बंद रहा. आप लोगों में से कितने लोग दिल्ली से हैं? बहुत ही कम लोग हैं ना. तो पता नहीं चला होगा हम लोग वैसे ही इधर-उधर वाले थे. बट जो लोग दिल्ली से हैं और जो सेंट्रल दिल्ली में रहते थे, उनको तो ऐसा लगा कि फिर से एक बार कोविड जैसा ही एनवायरनमेंट हो गया है. सब कुछ बंद है, आप कहीं जा नहीं सकते, अपने घर के अंदर हो, मार्केट्स बंद, मॉल्स बंद, सिनेमा हॉल बंद, एवरीथिंग बंद, सब कुछ बंद था. बट आपको 4 दिन की छुट्टी मिलेगी, तो आप छुट्टी में कर कुछ नहीं सकते, लेकिन घर के अंदर ही रहना है. आप घर के अंदर रहेंगे तो जो बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं वो पढ़ ही लेंगे या घर में पिक्चर देखेंगे, कुछ भी करेंगे. बट सस्टेनेबिलिटी तो आ गई. उतने दिन पोल्यूशन नहीं हुआ, एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स बहुत अच्छा हो गया दिल्ली का, वो तो सबसे पहले न्यूज में आने लगता है. Right, so हम हंस रहे हैं, but these are the practical things which we experience, and we know that ऐसा होता है हमारे बाहर निकलने से. So although we don't ever wish कि ऐसा कुछ calamity हो या कुछ COVID जैसा हो कि बंद हो सब कुछ pollution कम करने के लिए, but yes, there are other events. None of us had ever thought of having some event and then getting Delhi closed. ये तो हम में से जो दिल्ली वाले हैं उन्होंने कभी नहीं सोचा होगा. आई एम इन दिल्ली फॉर 27 years एंड इतने इवेंट्स हुए हैं दिल्ली में, कब होते ही हैं, बट ये ऐसा पहला मौका था जब दिल्ली बंद हो गई. सो आगे भी कभी ऐसा हो ही सकता है. सो वी हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर एवरीथिंग. मान लीजिए किसी बच्चे का टेस्ट ही था, एग्जाम ही था, वो तो पहले से शेड्यूल्ड है एकेडमिक कैलेंडर में. सो हाउ इट विल हैपन? So everything was online, everything was being done. Students, like for example, my daughter is in a school, so the school closed down. One ho gaya school, and that was the school is in the diplomatic area, and her school was closed for 5 days. Even after one more day it was closed because all the diplomats were traveling and and they had an exam. The day Delhi was closed, they already had an exam in the academic calendar. So what do they do? वो अपनी बुक्स ले जाते हैं और अपने लॉकर्स में रख देते हैं, बच्चे लेके नहीं आते. So this happened with my daughter and many of her friends, that they did not have that उनका school में book है which is known as smart skills. It was in my locker. It was the locker. So as a parent, normal मैं तो डांटूंगी कि अपनी बुक नहीं लेके आए, याद नहीं रखा, ये नहीं किया, वो नहीं किया, यही होगा. But then they have even go to everything is online. वो सब lectures भी मैथ के online है, presentations भी online है, आप देख लो. So I could feel कि this is the difference which has come from COVID and आज तक में जो फर्क आया है. And हम सबके लिए है वो फर्क, definitely है. Enables greater engagement and interaction between students and faculty. I personally don't agree to it 100%, but this is what it says. Because chalk and duster teaching cannot be replaced. I am an old school person, so it can be a combination. And these can complement your traditional teaching, and that is what you will understand in blended learning. So we are moving slowly towards it. Now we have blended learning, and this is where you include both of them, the traditional as well as the online teaching. So this is their technical skills definitely improve हुई हैं. आप लोग तो सभी young हैं, हम जैसों की भी improve हो गई, हमसे बड़े वालों की भी improve हो गई, सब Zoom, MS Team और ये सब करने लगे. Young generation तो सब सीखती है, जल्दी सीख लेती है. So I am happy to see all the young faces here. And then increases inclusivity by engaging passive learners. Yes, this is a very important thing. That in a class, every time we can observe that there are few students who are good at studies, but they are very passive. They're quiet. They do not talk. They do not come out. But that doesn't mean that they are dumb. And that does not even mean that they do not have questions. But the only thing they have hesitation to talk, to come out, to tell. And that way, at times, they lag behind. So when you have such kind of teaching environment, and I'm not talking of only PC, virtual classroom, when you include different kind of modules that I'll take after your tea break, virtual reality and augmented reality, and then it comes with blended learning. So all these things give a space and give an environment to that kind of a student that they can come out, they can question, and they can learn at their own pace. But again, the digital content that we put it on any of the web portals or even the blended learning platform is the key. It is the backbone of entire initiatives that we are taking. Unless until the digital content have a good quality, then the whole exercise fails. I think you will all agree to it. So this is a map. I think all the universities are there. Now, these are the hardwares. You will experience them, feel them when you come to ISRI in the afternoon. There's a digital podium for the lecturer. Then a tracking camera. Tracking camera, as I said, it will be there. It will track the lecturer or the faculty. The way, because ऐसा नहीं होगा कि वो वहीं पर है, मैं यहाँ खड़ी हूँ, तो उसको वही चीज दिख रही है. It will keep on moving with the movement of it has a sensor. Visualizer, for example, on the podium there's a visualizer where if you have a book or if you have a sheet or if you have a map or figure in a hard copy format and you want to show it to the students, so you can keep it on the visualizer. And if anybody of you remembers or anybody of you have experienced the transparency era, so वो ट्रांसपेरेंसी की तरह आप उसको विजुअलाइजर पे रखिए, बट उसमें तो ट्रांसपेरेंसी रखनी होती थी ना, आप कोई पेपर नहीं रख सकते थे. यहाँ पे इवन अ बुक, अगर बुक का कोई पेज ही आपको दिखाना है अपने स्क्रीन पे, आप उस बुक को रख सकते हैं विजुअलाइजर पे. अब वो आपका पूरा शो करेगा आपके आई पे, जो इंटरैक्टिव फ्लैग पैनल है यहाँ पर. This panel what we have in virtual classroom is totally interactive. You can write, color, anything. So visualizer is optical zoom feature, showcases documents, books, objects kept under the visual presenter and is projected on the. Then interactive flag panel, I said, we have a big one, 86 inches with 4K, Ultra HD resolution, advanced next generation touch screen. It's another feeling, another experience, and it is very, very nice. And then this is an interactive panel which is there on the podium. You can call it your system or computer or laptop kind of a thing, which is interactive, in which your Benito is installed and it has a PC pen. You can use that pen Audio systems are there, speakers and everything is there. So it is an entire package of all these hardware, and the software is definitely there. So now we are talking of all these hardware and the infrastructure, if I say, of the virtual classroom. Now we moved ahead. When we started establishing VC, we just had all these hardware and pedagogical. So we went to the agriculture universities and we asked them, start teaching in the virtual classroom, getting your lectures recorded, and they will be stored in pen. We had thought with this one. But later on, we realized, while we were working on this, that it's fine that they are getting recorded and they're getting stored in the Penecto, but what if somebody does not have a Penecto? Limited licenses and limited usage है, हर किसी के system पे तो नहीं होगा. But मेरा एक student जो देखना चाहता है, मैं इसको student तक extend कर रही हूँ. So I'm talking of geographically time, but it's not geographically dependent and everything. So they do not have Penecto. How will they access? So the idea was to have a web portal where all these lectures which are recorded in Penecto will be edited before putting them on the Agri-Diksha web portal, and we named it as Agri-Diksha web portal. So it is bundled with Agri-Diksha web channel, which is for facilitating teachers to develop and broadcast virtual class. So this is the process, how it works. Faculty logs into the Agri-Diksha. Your work is done after you are doing this recording. Recording is done automatically. You don't have to do anything. Recording is done. Your lecture is, when it is open, you will stop the recording in the interactive system that is there on the podium, and then it will automatically go to the Penecto repository. Now, next, you have to go to the Agri-Diksha, log in. Then, if you want to record it from there, you can record it from there also. Record the videos in virtual classroom or any other device, you can do that also. But otherwise, if you have a recorded lecture, you can just publish it on Agri-Diksha. And then students can log in on Agri-Diksha and then self-paced learning. So it is simple. Right now, faculty is not doing this. We are doing it on behalf of faculty. We just get the recorded lectures from the faculties in Penecto, and our team is working on it. They do the editing part of the lectures and then they publish them on Agri-Diksha. So right now, this is what we are doing, but slowly this faculty will be able to do it themselves. This is the portal login sign up, and you can see the there's a mobile application also, Agri-Diksha, which is on Android. It facilitates anytime, anywhere teaching, learning. I will not go into detail of this because this you will experience when you come to ISRI, because then we will open Agri-Diksha platform and you can have the live demonstration. But this is how it looks like when you see Agri-Diksha, and we have home about, and we keep on strengthening and enhancing this. You can even now, there's a recommendation system also which is working, a simple recommendation system. The similar way do you get in the YouTube. If somebody is watching one video on Agri-Diksha platform, you will start getting that what you can see related to this. So this is, we are working on it, enhancing it and trying to strengthen it and bringing it at par with the other video lectures or video applications which are running on the web. So these kinds of lectures you can see where when it was done and who did it. So all these things are there.
वीडियो लाइट्स का भी आपने रहता है?
हाँ, वो भी होता है, वो भी होता है. ये आई थिंक मैं स्क्रीनशॉट से आपको उतना नहीं समझा सकती, इसीलिए हमने आफ्टरनून में ये सेशन डिमांड किया था लास्ट टाइम भी, ये जब ट्रेनिंग हुई थी कि वी वांट टू टेक ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट्स टू ISRI टू हैव अ फील, क्योंकि वो तो हम यहाँ नहीं ला सकते हैं, बट ऐसा ही दिखेगा आपको. एंड ये जैसे नई रिकॉर्डिंग आप रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं तो ये स्क्रीन कैप्चर होगा सब, बट ये सारी चीजें होंगी। आई थिंक इसकी इतनी अभी आपको इतना आई थिंक मेरे को भी कोई दिखाएगा तो मैं भी इतना खुश नहीं होंगी, क्योंकि सॉफ्टवेयर को तो सॉफ्टवेयर से ही आप देखेंगे। बट यस, it is it started as a normal virtual classroom, but now it is very popular because it has become a medium of digital content creation. So आप अगर कहीं पे and ये सिर्फ lectures in the classroom to the students ही नहीं है. For example, you are taking a class in a training and which is not according to the curriculum. Curriculum अगर आप किसी ट्रेनिंग में क्लास लेते हैं तो आपकी एक्सपर्टीज पे होता है कुछ। जैसे अभी मैं VC पढ़ा रही हूँ, ये मैं फैकल्टी की तरह तो नहीं पढ़ाती हूँ ना, बट आई वांट दिस टू बी रिकॉर्डेड एंड आई वांट कि कहीं कोई ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग हो तो वो मैं उसी के थ्रू पढ़ा पाऊँ, सो दैट कैन बी डन। और अगर ये रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है एंड समबडी मिसेस समथिंग तो वो कल को देख सकते हैं। एंड एट टाइम्स you are invited to deliver a lecture online mode on Zoom, so you can record your lecture on Zoom also. Record your lecture on Zoom, put it on aggregation. We will edit it and put it on, like it will be published on aggregation. So that way you will not miss any of your efforts, क्योंकि बहुत effort जाता है एक lecture को तैयार करने में। ये तो बहुत practical चीज मैं बता रही हूँ, but अगर आप कुछ technical चीज पढ़ा रहे हैं, then it takes a lot of time and energy to prepare for one lecture. And once you deliver it, at least you also have that this is what I taught, and the students or the trainees also can see to it afterwards. जैसे अभी आप लोग PPT ले लेके जाते हैं ना, so later on it will not be needed. सब कुछ है दीक्षा पे, वो मैम ने वहाँ हमारी उस ट्रेनिंग में क्लास ली थी, वो है स्पीच करने ली थी, वो है जो भी पिछली भी वो भी है, so you don't need that PPT. Just go to एक दीक्षा, get it, right? PPT भी दिखेगा यहाँ पे. So this is how we do it in Agri Diksha, and there is a SOP. Yes, अभी मैं यहाँ पर उन्होंने अभी डाला नहीं है, मैं अभी उसको डाल दूँगी. Now this was the technical way how you are going to do it and what are the benefits. Now there is one thing. There are many edutech companies which started coming up when COVID was there. बच्चों के लिए भी बहुत कुछ था, पहले भी था, बट धीरे धीरे बहुत ज्यादा हो गया. वेदांत, बाइजू, पता नहीं क्या क्या नाम से आने लगे. हाँ, ओडा, हाँ, ओडा को भी आया, थोड़ा देर पहले. मतलब ये सब कुछ था एजुटेक. सो व्हाट वर दे डूइंग? वो सब पैसे ले रहे थे और पढ़ते, बट स्लोली दे रियलाइज कि दिस मॉडल विल नॉट वर्क. नहीं वर्क करेगा ना, क्योंकि आप सब कुछ बुलाएंगे, करेंगे, पर्सनलाइज करेंगे, पीपल विल कम फॉर वन और ट्वाइस और थ्राइस, बट यू हैव टू बी मोर ओपन एक्सेस. क्योंकि क्या होने लगा कि कुछ लोग पर्सनली दिख के डालने लगे. इफ यू आर गुड एट वन टॉपिक, आप घर में खाली थे कोविड के टाइम, आपने छोटे छोटे लेक्चर्स बनाने यूट्यूब पर डालने शुरू कर दिए अपना चैनल. कितने लोगों ने चैनल बनाया तो हम सब जानते हैं. क्या साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी ही हमारी है जो सबसे ज्यादा पीछे रही. हाँ, घर की लेडीज ने खाने बनाने लगी, बच्चे कुछ कुछ करने लगे, माली जो घर में माली आते हैं उन्होंने अपने गार्डनिंग के डालने शुरू कर दिए. एंगलेस वो पैसे आज कमा भी रहे. हाँ हाँ, ऐसा सच में मतलब हंसने वाली बात नहीं है. तो बट ये साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी बड़ी कंटेंट थी कि हमें तनख्वाह मिल रही है, हम घर में हैं, थोड़ा बहुत क्लास 2-4 पढ़ा ली, बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर नहीं है. फिर ई ऑफिस आ गया, सब ई ऑफिस में होने लगा, तो लाइफ वाज वेरी एंड वी वर वेरी हैप्पी कि ये प्राइवेट वालों की नौकरियां जा रही हैं, उनकी तनख्वाहें खत्म हो रही हैं, हमें मिल रही है, पूरी मिल रही है. ठीक है, तो हमने ऐसा इतना बेनिफिट नहीं लिया. मैं सच बता रही हूँ आपको ये. बट हाँ, कुछ लोग थे जिन्होंने बहुत किया, बहुत काम किया, और जो छोटे छोटे वीडियोस डालने शुरू किए. जब ऐसा होने लगा, दिस एजुटेक कंपनी केम टू अ हॉल्ट कि अब क्या होगा. सो व्हाट डिड दे डू? उन्होंने अपने वीडियो लेक्चर्स को ओपन कर दिया. आप बायजूस के लेक्चर्स ऑनलाइन ऐसे देख सकते हो, आप वेदांतु के देख सकते हो, फिर एक मेंट मेटल वर्क्स करके एक है, वो भी पैसे वैसे लेता था, उसने शुरू कर दिया। देन फिजिक्स वाला ने तो पूरा ही शुरू कर दिया ऑनलाइन, 9th से लेके सारा। अब क्या है, यू डोंट नीड टू गो टू देयर, हर कोई जा भी नहीं सकता, और हर बच्चा ऐसे इंटेंट भी नहीं होता कि मुझे उतने बजे जाके पढ़ना है, कोई एनी टाइम एनी वेयर वाली बात जो मैं बता रही हूँ, ये मतलब स्मॉल किड्स, हाँ, दे विल नॉट गो कि नहीं नहीं 4 to 6 मुझे नहीं जाना है, मेरा तो बैडमिंटन है। बच्चों को तो आप नहीं समझा। So what happened when all these things came, people had to the facility to compare them. अभी बच्चे क्या करते हैं, खोलते फिजिक्स वाले का ज्यादा अच्छा है वाला। मैं छोटे क्लास के बच्चों की बता रही हूँ, 9th 10th 11th की भी बता रही हूँ। 11th तो अगेन इज बिग क्लास क्योंकि दे स्टार्ट थिंकिंग ऑफ देयर करियर, बट 9th 10th वाले बता रही हूँ, 8th 9th 10th की बता देती हूँ, वो ये अच्छा नहीं पढ़ा, मतलब दे स्टार्ट टॉकिंग कि ये अच्छा, अरे तुम्हें तो कुछ नहीं आता भाई, वो तो पढ़ा रहा है। नहीं, दिस इज हाउ शी सेड, मतलब तुम क्यों कर, तुम तो पढ़ने के लिए खोला है ना उसको, ये कहाँ है, फिजिक्स वाला ही ठीक था, नहीं नहीं ये वाला ही ठीक था। एंड देन हम भी करते हैं, बट आई थिंक एज वी ग्रो, ऑल्दो वी ऑल आर जजमेंटल, बट एज वी ग्रो शायद हम थोड़ा स्लो डाउन कर जाते हैं जजमेंट करने में, क्योंकि हमें लगता है हमें भी कोई कर रहा होगा। बच्चों के साथ ऐसा नहीं होता, वो बहुत पोस्टमार्टम करते हैं, ये आंटी ऐसे बोल रही, वो भैया वैसे बोल रहा, इसने तो ये ज्यादा बोलता है, all these things. So we have to be very careful when we teach, because we are teaching the big students, higher education. Right? So higher education students have they already have a mind which is made up. तो हमने एक एसओपी बनाया है इसके लिए, क्योंकि क्या होता है कि हम कैसे भी आ गए, कैसे भी पढ़ा दिया, कैसे भी चले गए, कुछ भी बोल दिया, नो, इफ we have to take it as a serious business. तभी आप लोग, I don't know how many of you have access NPTEL है ना, एक आईटी वालों ने बनाया, क्रिएट किया था, वो सारे उनके लेक्चर्स हैं, उसमें ओपन एक्सेस में शुरू से ही है, उनपे भी वही वीडियो लेक्चर्स हैं जो आईआईटीएंस पढ़ा रहे हैं या वो पढ़ा रहे हैं, बट द क्वालिटी लेक्चर्स का मटेरियल कंटेंट अच्छा है, बट ओवरऑल एक्सपीरियंस उतना अच्छा नहीं होता किसी लेक्चर का। द फैकल्टी इज एक्सीलेंट, बट उसको पता ही नहीं, वो स्क्रीन के सामने ऐसे खड़ा होता है, वो जो लिखा है दिख ही नहीं रहा, राइट? सो ऑल दोस थिंग्स वी हैव टू कीप इन माइंड कि हमें कैसे बोलना है, प्लेजेंट होना चाहिए, थोड़ा ड्रेसअप भी ठीक से होना चाहिए, क्योंकि आपका ये इट इज नॉट ओनली फॉर द एग्रीकल्चर स्टूडेंट्स, या अगर इवन एग्रीकल्चर स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी है, तो मे बी आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी के बच्चों का एक वो है कि वो वैसे देखते हैं, बट इट इज गोइंग टू द कंट्री, एंड देन आप वेब चैनल पे हैं तो इट इज ग्लोबल, so you are representing not only your university, you are representing the country कि वो टीचर वहां का ऐसे पढ़ाता है, एंड ऐसा हो रहा है। हमारे यहाँ बहुत सारे लेक्चर्स हैं जो इंटरनेशनली एक्सेस होते हैं, कुछ तो बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, एंड देन वी आल्सो गेट द फीडबैक्स आल्सो, तो ये तो प्राइड है, तो दैट वे वी हैव अ एसओपी इन प्लेस कि आप प्लीज उसको फॉलो कीजिए, वैसे लेक्चर्स रिकॉर्ड कीजिए, कुछ इशू है द सपोर्ट टीम इज देयर, अगर कुछ टेक्निकल इश्यूज हैं तो सपोर्ट टीम वहां पर है, एंड slowly we are trying to make it a nice experience, including all these digital initiatives. As I said, the blended learning is going to have a convergence of all of them. So Dr. Shruti Abhishek Chaya abhi ko madam so I just take the last sentence ki Dr. Sudeep ne aapko VR AR experience ke bare mein bataya. I think जिनके छोटे बच्चे हो किसी को मॉल में ले जाके दिखा चुके होंगे, 2 से 4 को 5 मिनट में 2 मिनट 15 मिनट खिला होता होगा ना, ऐसे चश्मा लगा के बैठा लिया, बच्चे खेल रहे हैं, सो वी हैव दैट इन एग्रीकल्चर एजुकेशन, खेलोगे नहीं कुर्सी में बैठ के, बट यस देयर आर किड्स, आप लोग जाके देखेंगे, एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे। वी ऑलरेडी हैव डेवलप्ड 14 मॉड्यूल्स on various agricultural applications or agriculture areas, and we are in process of making more of those kinds of modules, and we have been inviting the ideas and the topics from the universities also, that what kind of lectures you want to have for the experience. There are certain topics which are very well defined and discussed through virtual reality. तो वो आप देखेंगे। मैं वर्चुअल रियलिटी का भी आपको अभी एक थोड़ा सा ओवरव्यू दूंगी एंड देन वो 14 मॉड्यूल्स जो होंगे वो आप लोगों को हम आफ्टरनून में दिखाएंगे। वी हैव किड्स एंड दोज आल्सो हमने सब यूनिवर्सिटीज में दिए, मतलब हमने क्या दिए हैं प्रोजेक्ट के अंडर, इट वाज आवर ऑब्जेक्टिव टू strengthen the agricultural universities. So we have they have these kits have been given to all the universities, which are installed with all the modules, and we have a very good feedback from the students. अभी हम ट्रेनिंग में है, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग में है कि कैसे वो करना है, स्टूडेंट्स को तक कैसे पहुंचाएं, क्योंकि thousands of students आ गए हैं। किट्स तो हमने 6 ही दिए हैं यूनिवर्सिटीज में, तो वो हर स्टूडेंट कैसे एक्सपीरियंस करे, फॉर दैट हम लोग एक कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग प्रोग्राम चला रहे हैं जहाँ पे हम हर यूनिवर्सिटी से 36 स्टूडेंट्स को एक बैच में बुला के वो धीरे काफी स्टूडेंट्स सीख रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं। सो इट्स अ गुड एक्सपीरियंस। आई होप यू विल ऑल लाइक इट इन द आफ्टरनून। सो लेट्स हैव टी। स्मार्ट better means here you have the and smart class is just that you have the digital meeting present your presentation. You cannot record. So virtual class image can be anywhere from 10,000 to 30,000-40,000.
This while Pagoda class, that's not one day, interactive class. Each face only will be visible on the screen. And she can explain another board in there, she can draw explanation, action, still explain how it being designed. Interactive classes. Better than this, next one.
नहीं मैं तो शायद किसी में पाऊंगा। आई
नर्सरी से विजिट करने नर्सरी जितना पड़ रहा है।
कोई बात नहीं, तो अंशु का भी लेंगे उस बाहर आएंगे। हाँ अभी आएंगे, अंशु बंद कर चलिए। वो जो यहाँ पे डालेंगे हाँ मैं एक्चुअली मुझे